Hey guys, what's up? This is Fula, and I'm just making another video. Shout outs to the whole LDBC. So I want to make a boxing video about the fights last night, the top ranked cards. I just want to talk about a couple of fights that I found that were interesting, that I found that, you know, they kind of show something basically. So the first fight wasn't on television, but it was on that top ranked card, and that was this upcoming prospect, José Vargas. The guy looked good, man. He looked really good. Like, I think like he has the goods to become like the next big thing out of Puerto Rico. Now, granted, there's a couple of guys who are already like Puerto Rican fighters who are already, you know, in the ranks right now, but I really think that, you know, José Vargas, he has what it takes to, you know, be that household name, like that name that Miguel Cotto once was. You know, I think he has the goods to do that, because from what I saw last night, he looked pretty good, man. He got, like, I believe it was like a 5th round stoppage, I think. Looked sharp, looked defensively responsible, looked like he can go in, he can go out. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do more. And I'm looking forward to see what he can do against higher competition. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen due to the simple fact that he signed at top rank. And we know what top rank does. We know what they're about, you know. So I don't know. But let's just wait and see. The second fight was the Dogbo fight. It's crazy because, you know, Dogbo, the problem with Dogbo, man, is he's one-dimensional, man. He needed different gears in the fight, you know. The thing is, he fights in one kind of way, and that's like a forward, brawling type style. But when you're going up against a taller guy, that may not work, you know. Basically, what happened was Navarrete was like just, like basically, I mean, he was taking the body shots because there was like a lot of body work at the beginning by Dogbo. But then the problem is that, like, towards the later rounds, you know, Rete was countering. Rete was, you know, just making him walk into stuff, man. He was walking into some big stuff, man. And, I mean, you can see the damage that was done on Dogbo's face. Like, many a times what happened is that they had to check. They had to check to see, like, you know, is his eyes okay? Because, I mean, his eyes were looking like they were about to be shut. You know, I mean, his eyes, both of his eyes were puffed up, you know? And again, that goes to show there's a error in the defensive department, because Dogbo was like getting hit too much, man. I'm just saying, like, so once he like recovers and once he gets back to it, the thing that he needs to do, man, he needs to work on his defensive abilities, man, because he was getting hit way too much and trying to hit him a lot. So, you know, that's one thing that needs to be said and needs to be done, you know. What's next for him? I mean, he'll have to work his way back up. I mean, a loss is a loss. It happens, you know. But hopefully the loss will be a learning experience for him and he bounces back, you know. Now, you know, with this Lomachenko Pedraza fight, you know, to be honest with you, I mean, Lomachenko put on a performance that, you know, he did what he was supposed to do. put it that way. He got the job done, but to be honest, it wasn't really in like an ooh and ah impressive fashion, man. I mean, the problem was José Pedraza. He didn't. It seemed like he didn't even want to fight. It seemed like he chose not to engage when clearly he was the bigger fighter. Clearly he had the physical advantages, but it just seemed like it seemed like he seemed happy with love taps, basically. You know, it did not look like he was like trying to go in there and defend his belt. It almost looked like he, I mean, I'm not trying to sound crazy, but I was looking at the body language after the fight, and it seemed like that guy was happy to relinquish his belt. He was smiling and stuff like that, and I'm just saying, man, like, have some honor, have some pride, man. Defend your belt. Don't just like beat around the bush, man. Fight. And then on the other side of things, you know, man, again, who has José Pedraza fought? That's what I'm saying. Like, who has he fought? Okay, he fought a guy, Martinez, who had a record of 20-14-1. He fought a guy who had a record of 20-20-2. He fought a guy who had a record of 19-12-0. I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. He fought a guy who had a record of 7-6-0. Another guy who had a record of 8-17-0. Like, who is he fighting, really, man? Like, I'm just saying, like, you know, Tank stopped him in the 7th round, and in that fight, Tank looked like, actually, Pedraza looked like he was aggressive. Pedraza actually looked like he was trying to fight for something. Whereas, in this fight, it didn't look like he was trying to fight for nothing. And I don't think it was because Lomachenko neutralized him. I really don't. I'm sorry. And then another thing that happened, which was crazy, is the simple fact that, like, after the fight, you know, Lomachenko called out Mikey Garcia again. But why are you going to call the guy out when you know he has a fight? He has a fight in March, bro. Like, why are you calling him out? Like, where was this? Where was this after the Linares fight? That's what I want to know. Like, where was this after that fight? Like, one thing that I don't get is, like, how are you calling him out when that fight could have been made, and when Mikey Garcia has been on record saying that Bob Arum never sent nothing for that fight? Like, the problem is with Top Rank, man, he don't got nobody else to fight. That's what it comes down to. You know, there's nobody else at 135 he can fight. Yeah, I mean, moving up to 140, I don't know if that's going to be a good idea for him. You know, I mean, at this point, he needs to go after someone like Burchett, possibly. I mean, that's just it, man. I mean, I can't really think of anybody else. You know, I really think that at the end of the day, it's clout chasing. I mean, that's all he's trying to do, is keep his name relevant, because at the end of the day, like the only people who know about him are the hardcore boxing fans, you know? Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is, Keith Thurman even has went on record saying that it would be an honor to fight Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman has said that, and we know how wishy-washy he is with things. But the fact that he says it would be an honor to fight Pacquiao, and Lomachenko says, well, he's too old for me, and our destiny is different. Like, but Guillermo Rigondeaux wasn't too old for you? I mean, really, like, what if Manny Pacquiao wants a fight with you? You're just gonna turn it down? Like, I mean, like, you fought Guillermo Rigondeaux, you made him move up 2 weight classes to fight you, but you didn't turn that down. You didn't say he was too old then. Like, so, I mean, why not Manny Pacquiao? Why not put that? Why not put that body on your record? You know. I mean, he still. I mean, granted, he has a fight with Adrian Broner, but still, like, you're just gonna disregard Pacquiao? Like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, what's the problem? I mean, to be honest, I don't really know what's next for Lomachenko, but I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think there's going to be many fights for him, many competitive fights for him on Top Rank. So I don't know what he's going to do. It just remains to be seen, really. I mean, the other option may be, you know, the only other option I can think of is that I don't know if he's like really up to it, but he may be able to move up and fight at 135 would be Alberto Machado, but I don't know if Alberto Machado will freeze up like Pedraza would, but that would be a fight that I can see happening. It would be probably a good fight too. Machado versus Lomachenko, but it remains to be seen. Leave your thoughts in your comments. Let me know what you thought of the performance. Let me know if you thought like it was an impressive performance, and let me know who you think he'll fight next. And I want to add something of note too. People are saying that like Lomachenko, like Mikey ducked Lomachenko. How are you ducking someone when you're moving up to fight someone more difficult? How is that a duck? Like, why wouldn't he take the easier guy? Like, Errol Spence is an easier... no, Lomachenko is an easier opponent than Errol Spence. Like, be real with yourself, man. Like, you guys need to really stop reaching, man. Errol Spence is way more difficult to fight than Lomachenko based on size alone. And also based on the power factor. And based on a couple of other things that I know we may see in that fight. But please stop reaching, man. You guys are really trying to like pump this guy up when he did what he was supposed to do yesterday, but it wasn't convincing. That's all I'm saying. But you guys leave your thoughts and let me know what you think. I'm off until the next one. Enjoy, Rama.